Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to talk about computer components. That means the basic components of a computer. And before that, we should know what do you mean by computer system and what are the parts of computer system. See, mainly the computer system that is divided into two: hardware and software. Hardware and software. So what do you mean by hardware? Hardware means physical components of a computer. Physical components, that means mouse, keyboard, scanner, printer. These are the physical components. Simply, we can say the parts, those we can touch and see. That is hardware. And in this case of software, that is set of instructions and program. That is software. What are the examples for software? Operating system, then application softwares like MS Word, MS Excel, etc. So these are the important parts, that is hardware and software. Next, we can go to next topic, that is components of computer. Components of computer, that is five basic components are there. Those are input unit, output unit, arithmetic and logic unit, control unit, and finally memory unit. So first one is input unit. What is input unit? So we have to discuss all these topics like input unit, output unit, all these five topics we have to discuss today. And before that, see, in computer system, what is a working model? Data processing information. That is the working of a computer. That what? Data, then processing information. So you know what is the difference between data and information? See, information is defined as a collection of data which is organized in a particular manner to generate meaningful or processed data. Everything is data, every details that is collectively we can know that is data. But in data, we can fetch some details like what we want to access. Otherwise, after processing, we get something from this data, that is information. So this is the different, that is what is data and what is information. Clear? So computer, in this first case, input unit, computer takes input in the form of data and generate output in the form of information. That you should understand. Computer takes input in the form of data and generate output in the form of information. Clear? So here the components of computer, the first part is input unit, and you should understand what are the input devices, because input unit, that means it takes the input and converts it into binary form. What? Binary form. Have you heard about this word binary form? See, binary form is nothing but computer understandable language. That is binary form, computer understandable language. We know so many languages like English, Hindi, Malayalam, so many languages. But in this case of computer system, it knows only one language, that is low level language, otherwise binary language, otherwise machine level language. So here input unit takes the input and converts it into binary form, because we provide information not in the form of binary. Clear? We have to give information in the form of signal or high level languages, right? But computer is not able to understand that language. It knows only binary level language. So here input unit takes this input and converts it into binary form. Okay, binary form means computer understandable language. So there are so many devices used to take this information from the user. That is input devices. What are the input devices? keyboard, mouse, scanner, joystick, etc. See, can you see this picture? Some images are there, like keyboard, mouse. Keyboard means we can give instructions to the computer through this keyboard and mouse. And what is the purpose of scanner? We can upload images to the computer system through this scanner. And here joystick, we can play games. And here that is microphone, audio purpose, and that is light pen, we can write. So these are the input devices. So first component of computer is input unit. Input unit takes the input and converts it into binary form. Is it clear? So we can go to next, that is output unit. Here, data and information. Computer takes instruction in the form of data and produces in the form of information. Okay, output in the form of information. So output unit, what is the purpose of output unit? It converts the output in binary form. Computer knows only binary form, but if it produces in the form of binary, in our case, is it possible to understand this binary? What is binary? Binary. Bi means two. Bicycle. How many wheels are there in a bicycle? 2 wheels. So binary means how many numbers are there? 2 numbers, that is 0 and 1. The combination of 0 and 1, that is binary number system. Clear? So here, output unit converts output in binary form to human readable form, that is high level language, because we are not able to understand this binary level language. So computer will generate in the form of high level, that is output unit. And some output devices are there. What are the output devices? Monitor, printer, speaker, plotter, etc. These are the output devices. So each device has each function. Like monitor, it is used to display, and printer, we can take printout. Plotter, large printout. If you want to take large printout, that is plotter we will use. And in this case of speaker, that is for listening purpose. These are collectively known as output devices. And next is the one of the important part of computer system, central processing system, that is CPU. Actually, CPU, that is mainly divided into two, ALU and CU. ALU means arithmetic and logic unit, and here CU, that is control unit. This is main parts of CPU, that is central processing unit. And let me discuss what is the purpose of arithmetic and logic unit, ALU, the very important part. ALU means, say simply, I'll give one example. Say, in your classroom, teacher gives some problems like you have to add 2 plus 3. So what will you do? Like 2 plus 3, you know the answer, because see, when you access the information or instruction from your teacher, your brain starts to process. And finally, you will get a result. Okay, am I right? Yes, your sense organs like eyes, ear, through your sense organs, you can fetch instructions from your teacher and your brain will start processing 2 plus 3. Then it must add 2 and 3, and finally it produces results. And how can you produce result? How can you produce results? You can say the result. Otherwise, you can write result in your paper or notebook. Otherwise, you can show some actions. 2 plus 3, that is 5. You can show some gestures. So these are the various ways to produce output. What I'm saying is, see, brain, that is process that is done by your brain. Okay, here, that is the calculation, 2 plus 3, that is the arithmetic calculations. Here, arithmetic and logic unit will do all these problems. Okay, in computer architecture, an arithmetic and logic unit is a digital circuit that performs arithmetic and logical operations on input data. What is arithmetic? plus, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. These are some examples for this arithmetic calculations, and logical operations like comparison. You have studied in English. He is taller than that girl, right? That is comparison. That is in this logical operations. But here in computer science, the logical operations are comparisons of value such as not and or. These are, we will discuss later, and or not. Okay, so these are the logical operations and arithmetic operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. So these are handled by arithmetic and logic unit, that is main part of CPU. Is it clear? And next one is control unit, that is CU. Actually, it guides and control interpretation, flow, and manipulation of all data and information. That means it controls signals until the required operations are done properly by ALU and memory. That is the function of control unit. Everything is controlled by this control unit. So CPU has two parts, that is ALU and CU. ALU means arithmetic and logic unit. CU means control unit. Clear? And next is the main part, memory unit. That means storage area. Okay, see, while we are appearing in a classroom, teachers teaches lot of subjects or lot of data you can collect from your teacher. But in your classroom, you can see those details in your which memory. See, my question is it permanently stored in your memory? I don't think so. At your home, you can refer, then and only you will get what thoroughly those ideas, right? Like that. In computer system, the memory storage space, that is permanently and temporary. There are two types of storage area: primary and secondary. Otherwise, temporary and permanently. Temporary and permanently. Temporary means temporarily we can store data, and in this case of permanent storage area, that is we can store data permanently. So there is two space. So let's discuss this memory unit. So basically, memory unit is the amount of data that can be stored in the storage unit, and there is a unit like storage capacity in the form of bit, byte, like that, kilobyte, KB, MB, that is. So byte is the unit of memory. Here, memory unit, that is primary memory and secondary memory. This is temporary storage and this is permanently we can store data. So memory unit, that is divided into two, primary and secondary. Here, primary memory, that is, it is mainly divided into two, that is RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory. Random access memory. You should know this full form, random access memory, and ROM, that is read-only memory. You're familiar with RAM and ROM. See, while you are purchasing mobile phone, the first question from your side is, what is a pixel? What is a camera pixel, right? And another question, the next question is, what is the capacity? What is the RAM capacity? Because the speed of mobile phone, that is depends upon this RAM. So RAM means random access memory, that is temporary storage area, predefined working area, that is RAM. Predefined working area. And see, in this case of RAM, not only RAM, in this case of primary memory, each memory location has unique memory address. Each memory has unique memory address. You have your own address, right? Like that, primary memory has, that is, each memory location has unique memory address. So when a task is performed, it clears its memory space. and it is allotted for next task to be performed. Okay, that means we are not able to store permanently. If one task is completed, that space is allocated for another task. That's enough. Okay, and it is mainly divided into RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory, read or write memory. Okay, and it stores active information of data and instruction, active information. Okay, and the basic one of the important point is it is volatile memory. What is volatile memory? Volatile memory is nothing but it loses its contents when the power is switched off. When the power, see, while you are doing doing any kind of what processing in your computer system, but when power is switched off, you know, if you lose your power, then you see it loses the contents. It loses the contents because if you're working computer, if you're not saving permanently, that data to be saved in RAM. RAM is temporary storage area, that is, it is volatile memory. It can store only active information, that you should remember. And basically it is divided into two, SRAM and DRAM. SRAM means static RAM and DRAM means dynamic RAM. Static RAM, that is very high speed memory, and is there is a slight change. SRAM, that is static RAM. DRAM means dynamic RAM. Static RAM is very high speed memory, that is, it is made up of flip-flops, that high speed access time. It is used in specialized application. But nowadays we are in our system, it has, I think, DRAM, dynamic RAM. It is it doesn't have much speed compared to SRAM, because it is made up of capacitors and transistors, and the speed is 20 to 70 nanoseconds. These are the types of RAM, static RAM and dynamic RAM. And in this case of ROM, see, ROM means read-only memory. Read-only memory. This is one part of primary memory. So ROM means read-only memory, and it is ROM is non-volatile memory. RAM is volatile, but ROM is non-volatile memory. And you should remember this. Both are primary memory, but ROM is non-volatile. And it is mainly divided into PROM, EPROM, EEPROM, flash EEPROM, mask ROM. What is ROM? ROM, it performs read operations only. Okay, in this case of ROM, it performs read operations only, and it doesn't have a write capability. Okay, and it is used for applications in which it is known that the information never needs to be altered. We are not able to change. Okay, generally we can say it is not possible to alter. But here there are types of ROM, and in some types it is possible. So let's discuss PROM. PROM means programmable ROM. One-time programmable. And EPROM means erasable programmable ROM. Erasable. That means one can program the memory chip and erase it many times as needed. Okay. And here EEPROM. EEPROM means electrically erasable. It is selective bytes, selective portions, selective bytes we can erase. And here flash EEPROM, that is very fast, but the problem is it erases fully and not selectively. In EEPROM, selective bytes can be erased, but here flash EEPROM, it erases fully and not selectively. Okay. And here masked ROM, that refers to kind of ROM in which the contents are programmed by the IC manufacturer. So these are the types of ROM. Basically ROM, it is read-only purpose, read-only memory, and it does not have a write capability. It performs read operation only, and mainly it is non-volatile memory. And next one is secondary memory. What is secondary memory? What is the purpose of secondary memory? See, secondary memory, we can store data permanently. We can store data permanently. If we want to save or see, while we doing some work, and after that if we want to save, then we have to save in our hard disk or pen drive or CD, those kinds of devices, because those devices are secondary storage devices. If we store in these devices, we are able to recover. We are able to reopen whatever. But in this case of we are doing some work and power is off, that means the thing is the data is stored in primary memory like RAM. It doesn't have the capability to store data permanently, and when power is off, we will lose our data. That's why RAM is known as volatile memory. But see, if we are saving our data in what secondary memory storage, that means we can store data permanently. That is secondary storage devices. So these are the components of computer. I hope is it clear? Okay. So next video, we can discuss on the topic. Okay.